right, guys, there's a little fire drill. So we're going to start with question 10. This is still page 2 of the review. State the coordinates of all relative max and min. What you need to realize, every single turning point turns into a relative max or min. So I have 2 turning points, therefore I should have a total of 2 answers here. So I have relative max and I have relative min. So if I look at my graph, let's see, I'm going down, 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 down. This is my first turning point. Since I went down, I decreased to get there. That's a relative min. -3, -4. And then I'm going up, up, up. I'm increasing to my next turning point. Therefore, that's a relative max. That's the 0.26. Okay? So every turning point should turn into a relative max or relative min. Finally, find the average rate of change from -4 to 1. Average rate of change, that means slope. Every time you are doing the slope, you need 2 coordinates, okay? When x equals -4, this is my first coordinate. -4, I have to find my y. So I go to my graph. 1, 2, 3, 4. When x is -4, my graph is right here. That has a y coordinate of -2. Now, when x is 1, I need to go to my graph to find the y coordinate. I go to my graph. When x is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm up here at y equals 5. Those are my 2 coordinates. Now I do my slope formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 2 negatives make it a positive. 7 over 5. Leave it as a fraction and you're done. Page 3. You had a piecewise function to try on your own. Now, the key to this problem here, graph the following piecewise function over the interval 0 to 7. These are the x's. Your x's will go from 0 to 7. That means that your graph is going to have points at the end. It does not have arrows. And these are the values that you're going to put into your table. So from 0 to 7, those are my x's. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is the huge thing here. Now, I break up my piecewise function. When I look at this, when x is 2, will that go into the top function or the bottom function? When x is 2, I'm going to use the bottom function because that's where it's equal to. So 2 is included in the bottom, so I'm going to break up my table right here because 2 is going to be used in the bottom function, so it's at the bottom of my table. So now, when x is 0, this is the function I'm using. So I'm going to do -2 times 0 plus 3. And then I'm going to do -2 times 1 plus 3. Now my table breaks, so I have to switch to my next function. So when x is 2, I'm using the bottom function, -3 plus 2. And then -3 plus 3, -3 plus 4, and so on and so forth. When you are done with that, you should have a lovely completed table. You finished, you got all your answers, you turned everything into coordinates. Once you have all your coordinates, you set up your graph. I'm going to put a y-axis on my graph. I'm going to put an x-axis on my graph, and I'm going to plot these points. My graph starts at 0, 3. That is where my graph starts. I will not draw beyond that. We do not have arrows on this graph because we have an interval, okay? 0, 3, 1, 1, 2, -1. I plot all my points, and you should end up with a lovely looking graph just like this. Notice that my graph does not continue. It's an interval, so it has a beginning and an end. Hopefully you're ready for the quiz. Good luck.